Right, in this video I'm going to show you how to add light to, well, a light source. So for example, headlamps, lights on a car, a light bulb, or even if you want to add twinkle to someone's teeth or their eye. So to start this off, you choose your image that you want. So I want this picture of an Aston Martin DBS. When I go to filter, render and lens flare, now I can select the light. So if we go over this in the middle, there's the preview of your image. The little cross there is where you're placing the flare of your image. So obviously we want it there on the headlamp. It can get really fidgety if your picture's small than that. Brightness, so that's how bright you want the flare. Let's turn it up to 60. And the lens type is a different lens, or the different light type that you have. So you can see on the preview it just changes quite dramatically. So if I OK that, I now have a light coming out there. So I can do the same thing. So if I go back to filter, render and lens flare, this time move the cross to the other side, I now have lights coming up. You can see there's a bit off, but if you do it precisely and on the dot, it looks really wicked. Now say like you want to change the color of the light. That's a more longer process. So what you have to do, if I get rid of these, is you have to create a new layer. So if you go to layer, new, and just layer, or shift control N on your keyboard, what you have to do is get rid of that layer, turn this layer to complete black. So if you go to your foreground color, get that to black, and you go to your fill and fill this layer in black, you'll have your black background. So what you have to do is firstly pinpoint where you want your light. So if you go to lens flare again, so I've got one on that side. If I OK that and I preview that, it's there. So I'm happy with that. So if you go to edit, undo lens flare, if you take it back to the layer, the black layer, filter, and if you see at the top there it says Control F lens flare, that means that it's already stored where you've last put your lens. So if I click on that, it's there where the second headlamp is. So if I get rid of that layer, go back to this layer, do the same thing, filter, render, lens flare, and go to the other side. It's gonna look a bit off. Right on. Again, edit, undo lens flare, but because I've already put the lens flare there, it recognizes where I've put it and it's still there. So if I go back to filter and lens flare, first thing on top, or Control F on your keyboard, it will leave it in the same place. Now what I have to do is change the color. So if you on your keyboard you hit Control U, or if you go to image, adjustments and hue saturation, and if you click colorize, check the box, play with whatever you want. So if you move the saturation all the way up to 100 and change the hue, so that's changing the color. Let's get a blue like that. You can change the lightness, have it really light, or you can have it slightly dark. I'll leave it as that. Hit OK, and you have your lens flare color. Now to join the two layers together, make sure you're on the layer with the lens flare. Go to the mode. If you look at the top there where we went last time, this is the mode of your layer. So what we want to do is go to screen, because this means it will transparent itself onto the other one. So if it hit screen like so, it now emerges with the other image, so you have it as a blue light. If you play around with the mode, you can get really good effects. That's the darken effect, multiply, color burn, linear burn, darker color, lighten, screen, which is the one that we really want to use, color dodge, linear dodge, lighter color, overlay, and that is a really good effect, soft light, hard light, vivid light, linear light, pin light, difference. You have all these different effects that you can use with it, and which can be really effective. Okay, you can't see anything there, but if you want to use it like a proper light, then go for screen.